Welcome back to the show. So on this week's episode, we're heading up to northern Alberta hunting with Dan. Dan guides up in the area. He's been doing it for a few years now. Really knowledgeable. And when the whole COVID thing hit, there's some free tags for him to go out and do some hunting. So, he goes up with his dad, sets his dad up in a stand, looks after himself for a bit, and right off the get-go, they're looking for elk. And then as the season progresses, Dan has his moose tag to go after. So it's a pretty cool hunt. He knows the area. He's went now from guide to hunter, which probably is awesome for him, considering, you do this for your job day in and day out, and then you actually get to spend some time for yourself. So all in all, it turns out to be a pretty awesome time, and a couple of good animals get harvested. On this episode, there's going to be bull moose and bull elk. So can't complain if you're, out in the bush for a couple days and you can get a couple animals down. It's a success. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Scree Canada. This episode of Dirt Nap TV brought to you by these fine sponsors.
He was 24 yards for 10 minutes. It's fun, they're starting. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. But I really want to get an elk.
Well, is that always just the case, right? You're sitting there, you're looking for elk, the biggest deer ever comes in. Looking for moose, and elk comes in. So on this go, Dan's looking for elk, and of course a bull comes in. A little bull, but nonetheless still a bull. And yeah, it's like clockwork. Every single time something like that happens. On a side note, he wasn't smoking. I was just like, is he smoking cigarettes in that stand? But it was actually one of those scent sticks that you burn, like the incense type of things, which I use all the time for elk hunting. I, again, never sit in the tree, so it's normally on the ground. But I looked at that and I was like, first off, I don't think Dan smokes. Second off, if he does smoke, why is he smoking in a stand? But it's not. It's one of those scent sticks. So. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever moose hunted. It is a different game, right? You're out there, put on a lot of miles, a lot of calling, and it's quite possibly the ugliest call sound ever. I've been fortunate enough to be on a few hunts, and it's enough to drive me nuts. You go to bed for a week after hearing that sound. But bash the brush, look for sign, find the swamps or the wet areas like that, like the willows or wherever the moose like to hang out, and just call and call and call, and then it's like etched into your memory for a million years.
Dad just shot a bull out. We're gonna go help him get him out of the woods. I'm so pumped for him. I'm so pumped. Let's go do this.
Oh
But he only went 20 feet and dropped.
Yeah, 20 yard shot type thing.
Yeah, I'll show you where I shot him.
That's a full elk.
5x4.
5x4, yeah. Right on.
So, how long's it been since you shot an elk?
Remember?
Long time, eh?
10 years probably.
10? I'm thinking longer. Maybe.
10, 15 years for sure.
You happy?
I'm happy.
This segment brought to you by Tooth of the Arrow, 100% machined from solid.
Way to go, Glenn. That's awesome. You taught your son well. Dan turned out to be a great hunter. Clearly got it from his dad. That's amazing. I just, father, son out there, passing down. Dan's dad taught him everything he knows, and now Dan's out there hunting with him. And first elk in 10 or 15 years.
Smells good.
Who else loves this style of moose hunting, right? Call, rake, call, wait. Walk a little bit, do it again. Walk a little bit, do it again. It's amazing. The second you get that bull grunt back at you, it's like the world stopped. It's everything, right? But I don't know. How do you guys do it or not? Generally, whenever I've been on a moose hunt, I'm doing it the exact same way as they are, but it's awesome. Like, it just makes my hair stand up because it's just that dead silence and you just wait and wait for that one grunt back. Amazing.
Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh.
A little bit of excitement tonight. We had one bull start grunting right at the last light. I don't think he liked us moving though. But he was coming from a totally weird direction. We kind of had to change our spots, and it was real loud and crunchy where we are. Definitely a bull grunting though. But he just went quiet on us. We're gonna have to pull the pin. Maybe we'll come back in the morning. I don't know. We gotta see what the weather's gonna do. Figure it out.
This segment brought to you by Elite Archery, makers of the world's most shootable bows.
Oh, all right. So the plan, Roy and Dan are sitting there coming up with the plan. 99.999% of the time when you come up with a plan, it never works out like you planned. Yet every time we do it.
I don't think that, it's just starting. He was starting to grunt pretty good, but he was like, come to me because I'm not going to you. Pardon? No, but it's like, in the next day or two, it's going to be good, I think.
So, Roy had to head home, and I think, everyone has a job, so got to go back to that. But Dan's friend Michelle came up there for a few days hunting with him, and, Dan turned on guide mode for a little bit there and got her on a moose.
Sounds deep like a cow, kind of. What do you think?
Well, they brought the moose in, but I'm not 100% sure the whole backstory here, but I know Michelle's relatively new to moose hunting anyway, and sailed its back. You know, they did the right thing. They went out there, looked for the arrow, looked for blood. There was no blood. Found the arrow, and, you know, they determined it was a clean miss. So spent a little time. You never know, right? With the bow, with a gun, with anything, you never actually know 100%. And, you know, a lot of times what seems to be a clean miss might have been a nick, might have been a clean miss, might have been a kill shot, right? It's the heat of the moment, and it's the right thing to do. Sucks, but hey, that's part of it.
This segment brought to you by Glory Knock, Lighted Knocks.
All right, so Roy's gone, Michelle's gone. Now it's Dan on his own. He's in his element now, right? This is what he does. And typical fashion, right? You send everyone that's going to help you or film for you or whatever, you send them off. What happens? A moose comes in.
Right. Hey.
Well, I just walked over there and checked for blood. I didn't see any initial blood, which I didn't expect to really. He went down over, and he's probably just over in in that tree line, I hope. Shot's a bit back. He was quartering away a little bit. I could help. Probably caught liver, hopefully a lung. I don't know. I really have to blow up the video and take a better look. My arrow just kind of drifted off on me. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was, riding around in the quad, bounced it, or I don't know. I hate this, but it's gonna be dark in about 10 minutes or so, I gotta back out and kind of leave them overnight and get here right at first light and hope for the best.
All right, here we are, 2020 bull moose. He's not the biggest bull in the world, but I'm happy. I wanted some meat in the freezer for the winter, and this guy's got plenty of it. Great quality meat. We backed out last night just to give him some time because I knew the shot was a little bit back. But hey, we made the right call. We heard him last night. He hadn't quite passed away yet, so we decided before potentially bumping him and whatever, we wanted to give him the opportunity to die, and that left us with not much tracking. It's nice and cool down here, but it is starting to warm up. It's about 9 o'clock now, so the day is getting going. Wasn't much blood at the start, but we found him, and it's my moose. All right, we got the meat all quartered up in bags, ready to carry it out. We're gonna pack it out to the quad, take it back, get it to the butcher's, and ready to go. Oh man, let's do it.
Well, and there you have it, Dan put in his hard work and paid off. He's filled his freezer. Between his moose and his dad's elk, they're going to be eating like kings for the winter. And can't ask for anything more. This right here is my up-and-coming hunting partner. She's been on a couple deer hunts with me, some turkey hunts, and she'll be allowed to hunt birds in Alberta next year, so we'll do some of that. And then I think in a few more years you can hunt big game with me. We'll go after some elk.
3 years.
3 more years, so she knows. So, if you enjoyed this episode, we have put all of these episodes up on our YouTube channel. And, you know, we have our social media. Where can they see us?
Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And yeah, if you enjoyed any of these episodes, they'll all be put up on there and links on all that stuff so you guys can check it out. And we'll just keep doing what we do. So be sure to tune in next week and watch us right here. Where are we? What show?
Dirt Nap TV.
There you go. Have a good night.
This episode of Dirt Nap TV brought to you by these fine sponsors.